It's just a small breathing head of the elephant just up ahead. They are feeding on the marula berries on the ground. And the tree standing beneath it is the marula tree, which the elephants love them so much here. Because they're very, very nutritious. They've got a very good vitamin C content, so that's why the elephants love them. The baboons also eat them here. And there's been a theory many, many years ago that when the elephants eat like millions of those marula fruits, and then they eventually get drunk when they start fermenting in the stomach, and the baboon also went on to get drunk. But I'm not sure how true that is here. And the elephants tend to be very, very aggressive when they're feeding on the marula trees or marula berries here, especially when they're standing in the middle of the road. You can't get them to move off the road. And I've been charged quite a bit by the elephant bulls that was feeding on marula tree, on marula berries, and then just did not want to move off the road for me.
Beautiful elephant country.
Yeah, she's gorgeous. She's very, very excited too. You can see the tip of her red line on the side of the eye. So that can be a sign of stress, but I think that is just excitement, because there's lots of food and water around at the moment here. She's got only one task here. I recognize the elephant is from up north of the reserve. She can be quite chick sometimes when you get closer to her, which is a typical elephant cow behavior when they've got little babies like that, as you can see on the left hand side there. That is it's probably about a year old. As you can see, the tusks are just starting to develop.
I remember the baby.
And sometimes in the elephants, they get agitated when you shine the spotlight on them, yeah. Especially when you shine directly into their eyes. They can be quite cheeky and charge you sometimes. So they're enjoying those marula fruits on the ground there, yeah. And I've also seen a young elephant bull shaking the tree just to dislodge the fruits on the ground to eat. And those are the trees that the elephants don't often damage, because they know that when they obviously produce a very nutritious food for them. Yeah. Now, often they eat all day and night. Yeah. Because they've got insufficient digestive system, and they eat a lot of food. They consume so much food, and they only process half of the food that they eat. And they eat about 5% of their body weight. So for a full-grown elephant bull that weighs about 6 tons and eats about between 250 to 300 kilograms of plant material a day. And they also drink a huge amount of water in a 24-hour period. That's why they're very, very destructive animals, which obviously, I mean, they're so huge, I mean, they have to maintain their big bodies here and size. So this is probably the mother and the two youngsters. There's another youngster at the back there. That is probably her first baby, and this one could be her second baby. So as you can tell, they've got different ages and size, obviously. They only give birth to a single baby at a time. I'm not going to shine directly into the eyes because they might get agitated. Look at this one. This baby is trying to give it a go with us. To see how brave we are.
Baby or light.
Just look at it. Look at her ears, eh? Look at her ears. They look like the map of Africa almost. That is a very good indication that they're the African elephants, as the name implies, the Loxodonta africana. Because I belong to Africa.
More light to the ear.
They're all very excited to see the temporary lines on the sides of the eyes. My favorable animals, elephants. Very majestic, eh? The elephant cows have got very smaller heads, very square and almost flat compared to the bulls. So the bulls have got a lot more bigger the heads, which are more round on the forehead. And a much bigger tusks. So this is obviously the left tusk elephants. They just got only one tusk. So the other tusk probably didn't grow. So you very often see the elephant or the tuskless elephant, especially on the females. They're just born without tusks, that is something to tell you about genetic.
Yeah, that's exactly.
And there might be more than 3, yeah? Just gonna make a puna. Big balls, yeah? It's almost the size of the rugby ball. Oops. Scratching her bum. So youngster.